So here on the cloud host, I'm in the home directory, and I have already FTP'd Dbvisit standby version 8.10. One of the prerequisites is to create the Dbvisit software installation base. So I've already logged in as root and created /user dbvisit directory and changed the ownership to be Oracle oinstall. So let's install the software. Yes, I'd like to accept the defaults, and I'm going to install the components. As this is the standby server, I will first install the core components, and then I will also install the DBV server. So this DBV cloud is correct, and the port is 7890 is correct. The remote host will be DBV Lab 01, and I'll also accept the default. I will put in a passphrase. Quick double check. That's all good. Now for the agent. Yes, it's listening on DBV Cloud 01, and the agent port is good. And again, I will configure a passphrase. Yep, all good. And it moves on to install the Cli binaries. Okay, as we can see, we have the first three components already installed. And now I'll install the DBV server, which is the GUI. Yep, 4433. Good. So now that we have all the binaries installed, we can go on and start them. So starting with dbvnet. Okay, that's each of the components installed. So from here, I'm going to double check that the GUI is up and running. Now we're ready to create the standby database. Although we could use the command line interface to create our standby, for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to use the GUI to create our standby database in the cloud. So let's get to it. The configuration we're going to use is demo, the one we've just created. And we'd like to create a new database. Having a quick check of all the parameters, we can see that the DB file recovery file dest is okay. It's okay that the name's fine, and you can edit any of these parameters if you wish. I want to keep everything that's default there. We don't want to use transportable media. We're happy for it to go straight from start to stop. However, the source temp location and the target temp location, I want to change the default here to this location that I've already created on both machines here. That's in the cloud, and here also on my local host. Okay. Here we have the process of the creating of the standby database, and we can click on the little icon here and it will bring up each of the steps as they run them. There we have it. We have a standby database created in the cloud. Let's go off and have a look. So here on my local host, we have a primary database. And over on the cloud machine, we can already set the environment variables because Dbvisit Standby has added an entry to the Aura tab. And then we have a physical standby. Test DB. Let's go ahead and perform some tasks. We can do this either from the CLI or from the GUI. So to begin with, we'll run some from the CLI. So here I've navigated to the Dbvisit base/standby directory, which is where the dbvctl process is located. And to run a Logout report, we simply specify the name of our DDC with -i for Logout report or information. Okay, as you can see, there's a Logout report of 2, so we can go ahead and apply these logs by simply removing the -i. Now that we have the logs transferred, we can go ahead and apply them by running the same command on the standby side. We can perform exactly the same process from the GUI. So I'll create a log to transfer. We'll run a Logout report. We'll ship the log. And we will apply them. If we don't want to ship the logs manually, we can also use the daemon process to ship and apply the logs automatically. The daemon process can be found in the Database Actions tab. And you simply select the host and start the daemon if it's not running. create some log switches. As you can see, the log cap is 0 because the daemon has already applied the logs. To look at the daemon process, we can see it here. It's been started with mode GUI for the DDC of demo. And that's the same on the standby side.